So, how do you actually start blogging as a developer? Now, you could be new. If you're new, I wouldn't recommend you start blogging straight away. But if you are new, watch it anyway. But because you're gonna get advanced one day. So let's get started. The first thing before you even start blogging is to get yourself a domain, right? It goes without saying. You have to have a domain so people can visit your website, right? And you do want people to visit your website. It's not like you just keep blogging in dark and you want nobody else to notice you. You do want people to notice you, so you need to get a website. That's the first thing. Now you can um, get a domain from Namecheap, and you can also get a hosting. It's gonna cost you a couple dollars a month, the hosting, and then the domain is charged yearly. But you need to get a domain hosting and then install WordPress. You don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need to build your own CMS or the blogging platform. Just install WordPress and start blogging. Put the name of the site, make things look a bit nice, and that's it. That's the first step. You have to get the domain and get your hosting sorted. That's the first thing. The second thing is to gather the content. How are you going to get the content? Right now, let's remember one thing. Me personally, I'm not a content creator first. I have a full-time job. I program. That's what I do. But I also share some coding advice here and there on my blog, on YouTube channel. But I don't do this as a full-time job, right? Because I don't need to, and you don't want to do that either, because otherwise you're gonna get sucked into just being a content creator. Okay, that's not what I'm teaching here. This is for people who also develop, who have actual skills. So going back to gathering content, if you're working on something, let's say you're creating a login system, okay, you want to take little snippets of the new knowledge you're gaining. Let's say you did not know about data hashing, right? Passwords hashing. You can take some notes and just save it somewhere. You don't have to do nothing fancy, just save it anywhere, right? So the step number one is to get a domain and hosting. Step number two, whatever you're working on, whenever you learn something new, just save it somewhere. It could even be a text file, okay? Make sure you title it, and then you just save it. You can write down the steps you took to, for example, to hash the password and why it's useful. Just save it, nothing else, okay? Now, once you have enough things to share, for example, let's say you're hashing the password again, and you realize, oh, first thing is you should hash a password. Why should you hash the password? Why does it need to be only one way? Those are new things you're going to learn along the way. So you just take notes, save the snippets of code, so you take notes. Now you already have the content to put everywhere, okay? You didn't even try. It's just your day-to-day stuff, daily stuff you're working on. From that, you're extracting the content. That's what most people do who have actual jobs. They're not content creators. That's how they get the content. That's what I do as well. Okay, so you just save small snippets, save little pieces of knowledge in text file until you're ready to post it. Just improve the sentences a little bit, make sure there is no grammatical mistakes, and then once you're ready, just post it on your blog. Okay, post it on your blog, Twitter, LinkedIn, Medium, Reddit, anywhere you like, but start with the blog because it's your blog belongs to you. So start with the blog and then post it elsewhere. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do to start blogging. Get a domain, get a hosting, install WordPress, start saving little pieces of content. Start what's in your brain, just save it. Just that's what they call brain dump. Just save it. That's the most important part in all this. You're working on something, you're learning something new, all that knowledge, all the new information, all those little snippets of code, it doesn't matter where you found that. Just save it somewhere, and then you share that as a blog post. Okay, now there is people who might find that useful, there's people who might not, but that's how you start. That's how you get better. That's how you get start creating longer pieces of content. Okay, so domain, snippets, and then share anywhere you like. And then last thing is once you start posting a lot of content, you're gonna start realizing that some pieces of content perform better than others. Okay, just because you're a hardcore C sharp developer doesn't mean you share C sharp content forever. For all I know, you might get a dozen people watching that content, because not a lot of people are interested in C sharp. Meanwhile, a lot of people are interested in AI, for example. But you start posting different pieces of content. You're not so specific to your niche, but any sort of content, any knowledge, and then see what performs better. And then that's the direction you want to go in slowly, generally, because that's where you can then start creating newsletters and then start sending people to your landing pages and all that. But that's how it goes. Get a domain. Second thing is start saving the content snippets, dump it on your blog, and then finally see which content performs better, and then start going in that direction. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do nothing fancy, and it's just about getting started. That's how I started, and that's how a lot of people start as well. So I think it's really a good way to also just understand things um, in your own words, because a lot of time when you read someone else's stuff, it doesn't make a lot of sense until you write it yourself. So it's gonna also make you better dev along the way. So that's what I think. That's how you start blogging.